Okay, are we live? Are we live? I think we're live. Okay. Welcome, superheroes. No. We're going to do this correctly together. So, since this is our first live stream, if you guys are going to be jumping in here and out, we're trying to make this a weekly thing, at least once with you guys. Just me today, but hopefully soon Justin will be joining us in the next couple of episodes to where we can go ahead and continue our React cast that started this whole channel off or restarted this entire channel off just last year. But with that, let's go ahead and do this together, huh? I hope whoever's watching this now and whoever's going to be watching it later. Now let's go ahead and start our intro for where we always start, okay? So we're going to do in 3, 2, 1. Searching all heroes. Hey there, superheroes! Welcome back for another React cast. We are so back. Okay, guys. Today, we're going to be going ahead and doing this live stream, obviously, but we are going to be checking out Peacemaker Season 2. They dropped a trailer for that. The Conjuring Last Rites, they dropped a teaser for that. Then we got F1, the main trailer, Nobody 2 official trailer, and Marvel Television's Ironheart. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get this party started with the Peacemaker. Now, before I go ahead and take a look at this trailer with you guys, we just I want to make something clear. I know the Superman trailer is coming out, the official trailer is finally dropping, and it's dropping tomorrow. I will be doing a live reaction for that. I don't know if it'll be like live because I'll be at work and I'll be using my phone, but I will definitely have the reaction for that uploaded tomorrow. I know there were like teasers, and there's even the chat for it, right? So there's a teaser coming out and there's a poster out and it looks amazing, but I want to go ahead and wait for the official trailer to come out. So whoever just joined us right now, welcome to the live stream. This is the very first one. Truth, welcome, brother. And I am so honored. I've been watching a lot of your videos when I actually first started this channel. If you kind of go back, I use you as a reference in a few other ones. So thank you so much for joining us here, especially for the first live stream, man. How's everything going with you? Hope all is well, and hope your channels continue to grow, man. So we're going to be checking out a few of the trailers today. I was wondering if you want to kind of, give me your thoughts on some of these. I mean, we're talking about Peacemaker, The Conjuring, F1, Nobody 2, and Ironheart. Saving Superman for obviously tomorrow. Are you all excited about that? All right, hold up real quick. Let's go ahead and get this party started. So I was gonna go ahead and get started with, all is well, sir. All is great. Kind of new to this whole streaming thing. Whether it's 1 people or 100 people, I'm just grateful that I'm finally getting this started. That was the first step, and I've been kind of on the fence for so long because I was always like, oh man, like, how is it gonna go? Never done this before, but glad to have finally started. So let's go ahead, get started with this entire Peacemakers. Also, obviously, if you're not watching this live stream, you can go ahead and catch this on the video later that will be uploaded. So let's go ahead and get started with the Peacemaker. Also, Truth, are you able to see the chat on screen or no? Just trying to see if everything is working. All right, let's go.
They're gonna be doing backflips to get you to join.
Welcome, Peacemaker, or do you prefer Chris?
Hold up.
Either's fine.
Hold up. There you go. First iffy thing. I didn't even share the video that I'm watching. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So the video we got going on is right here. All right. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do this full screen right there. And now we can go ahead and get this party started.
They're gonna be doing backflips to get you to join.
Welcome, Peacemaker, or do you prefer Chris?
Either's fine.
Man, this trailer,
I'm considered the finest marksman in the world.
The mic is off.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to it.
Proficient in hand-to-hand combat.
How many more of these do we have today?
Is that popcorn still here?
You love popcorn.
Really big lately, so.
I have a
All right, they got
This guy sucks.
their version of the Justice League in here. Maxwell's.
Excuse me?
You were talking about your butt and stuff. And also you said that I suck.
It is not fun.
You know, I'm actually a pretty big fan of Nathan Fillion from Castle days
I don't get it.
and Firefly.
He saved the world.
I thought everyone would finally treat us like heroes.
I don't need anybody else to just forge my own path.
You're living in the worst level of Grand Theft Auto.
I've come to the conclusion.
I
you
wonder how
suffer
they're
from a
gonna address
particularly
like
severe form
what happened in
of
season
toxic
1.
masculinity. What?
Argus has been monitoring Peacemaker ever since Rick Flag Sr.
Oh,
was
no,
named
what's
director.
coming?
Does he know that I am?
Kill this time. Yeah.
Bring me Peacemaker.
Mexicali, you scan for any anomalies throughout that house. Pony boy, don't let him out of your sight. Titties, I want you to take the front door. And see,
You know, like
take the back
at first,
door. Got
the
it?
first season, there were
but
some
not the
season
fucking
like
names.
parts of it where
Dude,
I
you
was
can't
like,
just call us that. Where do you think we
the
are?
comedy's
Fucking
kind of
Berkeley?
And that's like the moment I'm talking about. Not saying the show was bad as a whole. There was a lot of comedy that works,
Great people.
especially with Peacemaker
We are the 11th Street Kids. No
and
one
obviously
will ever break
Vigilante,
us
my
apart.
favorite character. Ooh, looks like the budget's a lot bigger this time, huh? August 21st.
Who the fuck
Huh.
are you?
Okay, you know what? Immediately the thought that goes in my head when seeing this is like the difference in the tone of the Peacemaker. I feel like the one behind him is going to be the one that's going to be more canon, because if you remember, like, they were talking about how, his Peacemaker is basically the main version of Captain America, right? Well, toward the end of the first season, and it looks like in this trailer, he doesn't have that asshole-nish to him, right? So, really, you weren't a big fan of the first season, Truth? Well, it took me a little bit to get used to. When the first time, when it was announced, when John Cena, the Peacemaker, appeared in the Suicide Squad, I wasn't like the biggest fan of him, mainly because I think at that point his acting range wasn't all there. You know what I mean? And once I saw the show, it wasn't like the greatest, like how a lot of people have been saying it was during that time, right? It was like the #1 show in the world or something like that. I could get the hype behind it because, because it was something that people wanted to be good, and it was from James Gunn. It wasn't the best, but it was like good enough. And like I personally would give it like a 7 out of 10, 8 if I really rewatch it now. Like I rewatched it, once, and I actually liked it better during the rewatch. I thought it did Secret Invasion better than Secret Invasion. So the entire storyline of the butterflies and everything, I really liked it. With that being said, what I was originally saying is like this right here, this John Cena in the front, I think he is from the DCEU storyline, just because, that John Cena reached his, yeah, I get your truth. I know what you're talking about. You're saying like the comedy was too forced and the humor didn't land with me. Gun Suicide Squad, I could get that. And I think at that time, just because I personally think that the comedy was limited to what he can work with, because I don't think he knew he could make something big out of it. For example, like, and this one, I wouldn't be surprised if they like do some jokes with the Justice League or something like that. You know what I mean? where it can probably work a little bit better. Um, but yeah, I think the one in the front is probably going to be the one that's going to be considered non-canon. I think he's from season 1. He's already reached peace. Not because he's a peacemaker, but because he's reached his end point. He's the good guy now. And I think the one behind him, the more ruthless one, I think that is going to be the new canon, and he's going to be the asshole Captain America that John Cena has been teasing, that Gunn has been teasing, But other than that, looking forward to that Superman trailer tomorrow for sure. That's one of like the most anticipated things for me.
Mike is off.
But we're gonna go ahead and move on to. I wonder if you guys are fans of Truth. What about yourself? Are you a fan of like the Conjuring universe at all? Because I think like Conjuring, in my opinion, I'm a big fan of horror movie and the horror genre. I'm sorry, and I've seen so many crappy horror movies, especially the ones that are like American made. Unfortunately, I mean, I wasn't even born when the original Exorcist came out, so I didn't have that movie. And there's something about like Japanese, Indian, all these foreign movies where it feels more practical, so it feels scarier. And when I watched the first Conjuring, I felt that. Yeah, the first two are enjoyable for sure. By the way, Truth, are you able to see the chat on the side or not? Because let me see if I can go ahead and pull it up on my phone. Again, this is my first time streaming. I just want to make sure that I have the chat popping up on the side so that way, people can go ahead and refer to it in the future. Let's see. Okay. All right. What if I move it here? Are you able to see it now? No, huh? I mean, you're able to see the live chat right here, but I'm talking about like the people that are going to be able to watch this later. Okay. All right. So yeah, the first two, I thought the first one was amazing. That's what I was trying to get at. The first one, when I was watching Conjuring 1 as someone who grew up loving horror movies, number 1 blew it out of the park for me. James Wan, that was my introduction to James Wan. I think he is the best horror director in the West right now in terms of like what he does. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Truth. Yeah, glad you guys can see the chat. But again, first time streaming. Sorry in advance if you're, sounding like a noob to you guys. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the first one. Immediately became my favorite American horror movie and one of my top 5 horror movies of all time because it had that enjoyable factor to it, and it had the scares, and it had a reasoning behind it, right? So James Wan, the way he made you care about the characters before he went on ballistic with the slow transformation of the mother turning into, what was her name, Bathsheba or some demon, whatever it was. And then the intensity just rose from there, and then they had a perfect ending to it. And then number 2 came out, and I thought they tried a little bit too hard with trying to create a universe, right? Remember, that's when they introduced the entire the Slender Man looking guy, and there was supposed to be a movie about that. I don't even know if there was. I thought it was okay, and we're not even going to talk about like Annabelle, the second one, where I'm talking about the Conjuring 2, right? There was an Annabelle movie in between that was terrible. We don't talk about that one. Annabelle Creations, I thought was the second best out of all these movies. But I don't recall. I know there was The Nun and Nun 2, which are, again, I thought they were just disappointments. They're just low-key action movies with a horror genre attached to it. They backed off of the practicality. And again, I think it just has to do with the director. James Wan came in with a direction. He knew how to put his story out there. And I think he only co-produced it. On the other ones, I don't think he had director's role in any of those. But The Conjuring Last Rites, I thought he was supposed to have some type of director role in this, just because it might be the last movie. I mean, it's called The Last Rites, but let's go ahead and check it out.
Don't touch anything. Everything
Man,
you see in here.
I love this man.
Is either
His acting is underrated in so many movies.
Have been used in some sort of ritualistic practice. Nothing's a toy. Not even the toys.
Okay. Hopefully it's focusing on Annabelle again, because that was the greatest part about it.
Cases.
My name is Ed Warren, here with my wife Lorraine.
Maybe 1,000.
Ooh, I love the old school feel to it. I think that's what appeals me to these movies.
Every case is different. Every family's different. Once we start, there's no going back. Anything can happen.
Oh, jeez.
And most likely anything will.
See, like, when they show the face like that, I'm like, why? I mean, I'm still gonna go watch it in theaters for sure.
Yeah.
Something's changed. Something's different.
Woo. I hope they just don't overdo it, get away from the story, because the story and the characters are what, to me, drives the horror movie. Not the pop-ups.
We've been waiting so patiently for you.
Look. See, like, you see, like, the ending, that's what always bothers me about the horror movies nowadays. Like, you do not need to show, like, this part at all. Because what it does at that point is, like, it drives away the mystery, like, when it comes to horror, the best way to encapsulate your audience is, for one, having characters you love, which they already do, right? Like, Ed and Lorraine Warren, every time they make an appearance in any of these Universal movies, the Conjuring universe movies, it's always a delight to see. We already love these people. We love these characters. We love the actors involved. So what's left? Story. And if you were to just give me maybe, this is a 2 minutes and 23-second teaser. If you were to go ahead and just show a little bit of, like, the I'm not even talking about, like, just cut out all the demon parts, right? Like, cut out that part, cut out, where is it? Did I already pass it?
Something's changed.
Yeah.
I think I passed it, right? The dude with a smile. Cut all that out. Leave that for the movie, so that way you can have that as a surprise. It doesn't even have to be a pop-up. It just leads you in. Just give us The Conjuring is coming back. Here's some blood. Here's Ed and Lorraine Warren. That's it. Keep the rest of the mystery for the movie. Sure, this is not giving like any type of story, but it gave you away some parts of the story where, you'd be like, oh dang, I didn't see that coming. But in fact, it's like, now, at least for me, when I'm in the theater, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that from the trailer. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have that same oomph to it. And you need that oomph factor when it comes to horror, because horror depends on your emotion. And when you see so much of this, especially with all the crappy movies out there, it's so oversaturated that it just runs itself out. But again, Conjuring, I'll be in theaters. Love the series. I don't think they're as good as the first one was, but hopefully this one ends up being just as legendary or at least close to it. But right now it's like I don't know. I don't know. Well, we're now going to go ahead and move on to F1 main trailer. We still have Nobody 2 left and Ironheart, which, you know, has been pretty damn silent. Yes, I fully agree with that truth. Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga, I think, or is it, yeah, Farmiga, I think they are two of the most, like, the chemistry they have. It is like, I feel like there should be more movies together. I'd be more than happy to see them in, like, yeah, we did see Patrick Wilson in what? We saw him in Aquaman. But I, you know, I don't know. I thought his character as Norm was like good, but I really wish he could be something like, I think he would make a perfect Question if they were to do, you know, put him in the DCU. His voice, his demeanor, I could totally see him being the Question with like in a new DCU. But we are now going to go ahead and check out F1. All right. I remember the first trailer came out. I didn't really like, I saw it, but I didn't really post it, and it blew up. Like the trailer blew up. So I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of interest in this. I'm going to go ahead and watch it with a fresher part of my mind, because I'm not a big fan of F1, like the sport itself. But Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, I think those two, if they're in the movie, it's going to be a must watch, right? So let's go ahead and see what this is.
So you like straight talk?
Straight as an arrow, no sugar.
Why are you here, Sonny?
I saw that Gran Turismo movie.
When you look in the mirror, you see this rough and tumble, old school cowboy.
Now they do have
orders, goes his own way, huh?
Credibility in here with the director and the actors involved.
A lone wolf. Well, I've news for you. Formula One is a team sport. It always was.
They got A-Train in here? Or am I wrong?
Listen, let's get this straight. We all lose our jobs if you can't pull off a miracle.
No pressure. None.
Man, the music, huh?
The only question here is, why did Sonny Hayes come back to F1?
I think it's
is this supposed to be like a... Oh, no, never mind. It's not A-Train. Never mind.
It's all right. You're just worried I'm quicker than you.
You're making a mistake, thinking that I'm just going to be some grateful kid who'll bend the knee to an old-timer.
I never should have pulled you into this.
So it's like a rookie versus the legend type of deal?
That's the other driver. You say he was old, he not that old. That's a handsome man right there.
Plan C, be ready.
I got rejected.
Just got hope for some lucky breaks.
You're not mewing enough, bro.
Hope it's not a strategy.
Anything else, Professor?
Drive fast. Ever seen a miracle?
That music,
How do you think I'd feel if you die on the track?
3 laps. 3 laps is a lifetime.
Ooh. Okay. You know, I'm gonna make a wild guess here. And yes, like this trailer is 3 times better than the original. And this looks like a theater experience. Obviously, like you got Brad Pitt involved, you know, and you know they're going all in with the effects and the sound, right? I think people underestimate just how much the sound affects the movie. I mean, there are some great movies that if they didn't have the soundtrack, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, a lot of these big time series where the sound made up for the lack of depth in some of them, right? Like there's 7, 8 Harry Potter movies, and although not all of them are great, you continue to watch them because, you know, they're still enjoyable because they've got great music in the background going. So that wondrous, right? That wonder that created your imagination, and you're like, damn. And that's the same thing I'm feeling here. Is like the intensity. That's what that music is telling me. It's going to be intense. It's going to be full of action. And I know June, that is like right before you get into the heavy hitters of the July, right? So you got Superman, you got Jurassic Park, you've got Fantastic Four. I wouldn't be surprised if F1 ends up making more money than all of those. And I'm saying that as someone who is, I mean, my channel is called Superheroes, and I'm a big fan of superheroes, right? Particularly Superman. That's my boy. But I wouldn't be surprised because I know F1 is huge. They've got audience from all different types of ages, and Brad Pitt is involved, so this just looks like a proper blockbuster. We haven't had that in a while. So with that, we'll go ahead and exit out of there, and now we'll go ahead and take a look at Nobody, which Nobody was a shocking movie to me. Yes, I know there's like, you know, John Wick and all that, but I think Nobody, the official trailer or the original movie, the first movie, I was on a plane and boy was I hooked. Like right off the bat, I'm like, is this just going to be another Equalizer, another John Wick? Is this just going to be another knockoff of, you know, those type of movies? And no, it ended up being brutally great. No pun intended, but I freaking loved it. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't blame you because July is packed. It's, you know, Superman and Fantastic Four alone, it's pretty damn big. And then you add in Jurassic Park, so like right in between, and I think that's probably why you forgot about it, truth, to be honest with you. But listen, it's got Scarlett Johansson in it. It's got T-Rexes in it. I'm there, bro. What else do I need? You know what I mean? But yeah, Nobody 2. Let's go ahead and check out the trailer for this right now. We're gonna go ahead and get started.
I've come to terms with the fact that you don't have an average.
I love this man. His acting is great.
You guys having fun at the convention?
But we haven't seen you in months.
What happened to your eye?
Somebody found me at the game.
What game?
The one you missed.
You know what I love about the first movie is like he just looks like an everyday man,
Strictly family time.
but ends up being a badass.
It can be an adventure.
And I think that was intentional, right? He's a nobody.
Let's do this.
I am just so happy that we're all together.
Hey, city boy.
See? See what I was talking about music earlier?
Get out of here.
And here comes a change.
Right now.
I understand protecting your sister, but there are other ways to handle things. I left my phone.
What?
Bro, he's just gonna...
Well, I like your way better.
It's gonna be banned from that park though, that's the sad part.
What the hell, Hutch? On our first day?
I think I stumbled into something.
You're vacationing in an old bootlegging route, full of drugs, crooked cops, and one woman.
I don't think anybody expected the first one
You didn't take your family
to be as good as it turns out to be. Yeah, exactly.
The situation.
De-escalate. No escalating. Guys, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm here on vacation.
See, on here, you know, in opposition to horror movies, it's cool to show these action pieces because that's what you're going in for.
There's no way you were just some family man.
We all have different sides.
Jeez.
But most of all, you're her dad. Go fix this shit.
She basically gave him the green light. All right. No more holding back, huh?
I told you.
I'm on fucking vacation!
Yeah, I know. And I think it was because of the whole copyright issue. I don't know how to get around that, truth, to be honest with you. Do you know how to do it? I'll get out of this one. Okay. Is it back online now? Yeah, see? Is it good now? Is it good? Can you... Yo. Truth, is it still there? Okay, are we back? I think we're back. Are we good? Are we good now? Yeah. Yeah, it's... YouTube said, man, you can't be reacting to these without a copyright, but I'm not even making any money off of this, so I don't understand why I can't just watch this, man. I'm just trying to go ahead and enjoy this with my buddies here, with everybody that's joining in, 4 views. Woo! And Truth out here being an awesome supporter, man. Truth, again, I appreciate you, bro. You are, you know, I feel incredible having you be a guest on the first stream. Still working? Still good? Everything good? Okay. If I end up having the stream become unavailable again once this starts playing, then I might just have to.
I got into Marvel as a kid, going to comic book shops. I was really big on X-Men and all of the offshoots, like X-Factor and Wolverine. When Ironheart came out, I remember the buzz around the industry. I was really excited.
Yep, there you go. Yep. Okay, well, that'll be that's the end of the stream. When it comes to copyright issues, I'll have to find a way to go around that. But whatever I got, it's gonna be available. Hopefully you guys are able to go ahead and enjoy that. Okay, let's see. Is it back on? Is it not on? I can't even tell if the stream is working right now. Let's see. Your stream has been. Okay. Yes, I understand. Okay. Close. Okay, I think we might be okay right now. Okay, anyways. I don't know if the stream is still going good. Okay, we're back. The stream, you know, thankfully, thanks to YouTube, they said, hey, we're going to go ahead and stop your stream because you've watched too many trailers with your fans, with your friends, rather, with your subscribers, with people who support you, even though there's fair use, you know, we should be able to go ahead and stream this without a problem. But I want to go ahead and thank everybody that joined me in this stream. We will be streaming every week now. I'll be here by myself for a little bit until Justin's able to kind of come back, if you guys recall. Unfortunately, his family was affected by the wildfires in LA that happened early this year. And then it's been kind of just downhill for him. So prayers for Justin. But he's going to be back on here with us pretty soon. And when he does, we'll definitely be doing another React cast with him because I miss my brother. And but hopefully you guys were able to enjoy this live stream, this first live stream. Thank you for joining. Thank you for chatting. Truth, you have been awesome. You kept this going. It's really hard, as you already know, to be talking by yourself. But when you know you've got people watching, when you know you've got people chatting in the chat, it helps a lot. And I love interacting with each and every one of you. I want to be able to do that on a weekly basis. But if you guys were joining in late or we're not in the live stream originally, I will go ahead and divide this live stream up into different sections so you guys are able to kind of see the reactions to each of these trailers as well as the entire live stream. You could go ahead and watch it back. There are going to be some scenes where it's going to stop because thanks to YouTube's copyright laws or policies. But until then, you know, the main message of this channel, you guys, I want to spread it. I want to say it out loud, and I want you guys to remember it says right here, right? Superheroes, stop the hate, spread the love, and I hope you guys have a great one, superheroes. Looking forward to seeing you guys again. All right, well, see, if this was a video, I would cut it off right there, but this is a live stream, so I actually have to scroll all the way down and click the stop live stream.